But I realized with one thing that you cannot do a lot with is just like if you're getting a bit bigger and you're dealing with the like numbers and the law, like if you don't even realize it, but if you have a small business or a company you're starting, like to stay inside the law is not always that easy to see. For example, because now I'm from Norway, but I'm living in Italy. You don't know this thing, bro. So obviously I first had my company in Norway. It started growing, and then it was like a convenient thing. Less taxes here in Italy. It's like, okay, let's move to Italy. Also because I was actually obligated to pay taxes in Italy. So like it was the law and it was convenient. So I did it. A couple of went to Italy. Then I was just like, okay, forget about Norway. I'm paying taxes in Italy, right? It makes sense. So I was just like, okay, I was speaking with my accountant, and then we're going to do the end of the year accounting. Like for last year, taxes, go through the numbers. So it was like, okay, fine. Show me the numbers of taxes. She showed it to me. Okay, like I was like, okay, it was good. It was kind of like less than I expected. I was like, fine, let's go.
Of the year, right?
Went
of
home.
2021.
And I start,
yeah.
Exactly. The whole, because in at least in this type of business I'm in now, we pay taxes, everything in the end of the year. So nothing in the year. December, we find out how much basically. So I went home. I was getting from the account. I was like, okay, we're good. Me and Alice, my girlfriend, went home. Like, nice, the numbers are good. And I started thinking just on the table, like imagine I have to like the taxes in Norway. I didn't really check it really good. Like I hope I don't have to pay it there. Like I was like, nah, probably nothing. I started thinking about it. Started just a little bit. We started drinking wine. It's like, I don't know. Let me check it. Fuck it. I checked it. I went on Google like. When to, in Norwegian I was playing this thing like, when do I have to pay taxes in Norway if I move out? It's like it was written like the first thing that came up, the snippet, like super clear, even if you move out of Norway, you have to still have to pay taxes here for 10 years. Like 3 years, it was 3 years. I was like, what? I was like, oh no, I have to be some kind of thing here. I was like, how can I, like, it doesn't make any sense. After this thing, I was like, oh my god, I'm living in Italy, I have to pay taxes in Norway? That's like fucking China, motherfucker. That's like, how can it be? But I understand that they are basically doing it like that because the taxes in Norway are quite high, so that they want to prevent people to make a lot of money and they move out with the money, and then they want to prevent that. So it's like basically to put a bit of understanding, the taxes in Italy was like 10,000 euros. In Norway, God. It was 24,000 euros. God. You can imagine the difference. So exactly, it's like 24,000. Imagine you get a message like just like that in a second, like holy shit, I have to pay that. Like it's gonna put everything down.
So I'm guessing
I can't spend the money now.
You don't have to pay them because you're saying it as if.
No, actually, so what happened then is we started looking into it. The lawyers kept telling me like, yeah, it's probably gonna be like that. So there's nothing we can do and stuff. And we started speaking in Italy as well with some lawyers. It was like that. But then actually, Alice, my girlfriend, she studied laws, and then she started looking into rules, and she found like a document that was written before for like a treaty between Norway and Italy. That was a lot of articles and a lot of things, and it's like she started. I don't understand anything of this. She was looking into this thing. And it's like it was written in one of the articles that if you're, it was like this. Law is super like complicated. Like this law is applied if this rule here, but this rule here is also there. So it's like you have to interpret it a lot of things. So basically we found out that if I was taxing here in Italy with this type of business, there's a chance I can just pay in Italy. Basically it was like we found out this thing, and then we started, I called the lawyer again. He was like, actually there's maybe a chance that you have to pay in Norway, just in Italy. So the situation now is that I'm paying in Italy. Maybe I have to pay in Norway as well, but we don't know for sure.
And when will you know?
After like 2 days of this, I will know in June or
because
July.
That's when you actually pay, right?
I decided,
in Spain too, in Spain it's April.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, exactly. So it's something like that. And it was like this, after 2-3 days of this mental suffering, I'll say, like, I'm gonna pay. How can I do it with the money? Because if you don't know how much money you have, you cannot really make plans. So like you don't know like those stuff, So I was just taking a decision like, just fucking forget about all this stuff. Like I cannot really control it, in any way. Like it's just, it went crazy. I couldn't sleep for like, I don't know, this thing. So it was just okay. Let's just look at focus on growing this thing, making more, getting better. Look at the future. And just from that moment, I didn't really. I just switch it off.
It's
like,
difficult
happens,
because
like,
this is
your.
Pay,
I'm gonna pay.
For example, you're better than me at this thing. Like if I cannot control blah blah, I'm good also, but I think things affect me a little more. You're really laid back, but bro, it's hard to follow this strategy when it really affects you. Because you could be like, oh, it's true, like you cannot control and stuff. But bro, one option is you have the same money you have. Another option you have minus 24,000. So it's like hard to stay laid back, man. It's hard.
Yeah, bro. I think that I was thinking about this thing, and I think it's important not to just like. At least I cannot do it with this thing I felt it a little bit more because it's quite serious for me. So like it's a lot of money, a lot of time I put in this thing. But I was really thinking about like I felt that way for some days, and it was like I think it's important to feel the emotions of stress and feel the emotions of whatever we're gonna do, and then just start to like realize, okay, what can I do with this thing instead of getting stuck there. Like, what can I do? Stay 6 months like getting worried about this? If I do that, I was thinking. Imagine all the money and all the growth I can lose out on if I put that energy in. Let's just put 2 more hours a day in this thing growing, or put more, read more, like put this on reading more things and taking course that you can get smarter, so you can put more people there or grow the business better. So if that moment happens, I can actually make, even if I have to pay taxes both, I can actually go in zero or I even make money because I put so much more effort and be getting smarter. I think it motivated me a lot, those things. I first of all, I learned a lot. Second of all, I'm becoming more smart, putting more energy in the right things. And I'm really careful, really have respect for the law and for the accounting part. Like, I'm not going to make any like, all the time now I was making a decision. I spoke with an accountant, do this, Preben, this is the right thing. I was like, even she was what's it called? Like accredited accountant, like she has a certificate to do it. I was like, really? Like, okay.
Definitely no, no, because with these other people, it's always, this is what I realized with my one, is like, there is the accountants that do what needs to be done in taxes, so you don't get fined and everything. But then there's other accountants that, I don't know if they have another name, I'm guessing they cost more, something, but they're the accountants that they're like, there for you to save money. So they're just like, you pay them, and it's called, I think, optimizing taxes, your tax payment. So they tell you, okay, let's do this better, or let's do that. And so it's important to find those actually there rather than I think I said last week also, it's the same with my SEO services. Like, I'm not just, you need to rank your website. I do this, and this to do it. It's not like that. For me, I make decisions. There's conscious decisions with expertise, experience, data-driven decisions. So that's what I always try to explain with my clients, and that's what I want from an accountant. I want an accountant who's gonna be there, like personalized, and they're gonna make you save money, not just like the same thing for you, because then they mess up. Like the lawyer you said that you called them, and they're like, no, you have to pay. Yeah. You did all the research, all the work, and you call them back, and they're like, oh yeah, there's this thing. It's like, bro, you should have told me, not I tell you. Fuck you know,
bro. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think there's so many just like, I don't know what it is. Like, people who, I always think about this. Like, if you do some research yourself first, or speak with a lot of people, you have so much more like information and leverage that you can go to the other lawyer. Like,
that's why it's good to know about a lot of
for
things.
some reason. Maybe one, bro. Like, seriously, he doesn't care. He doesn't. Obviously, like, okay, it's a free consultation hour. Like, he's a guy who makes 500 euros an hour. It's like, I don't care, So it's like, or he just like, he's ignorant. He's like, he doesn't know. So it's like a lot of things. It can be a lot of things. That's why it's so good to this thing about, even though if you feel comfortable with a person or a teacher or someone else, I think it's important to just explore.
Yeah, and when you know about a lot of things, this thing we're saying, it transfers to everything. It transfers to hiring someone, what questions to ask, a lawyer or whatever. Even like, these things, I don't know in other countries, but in Spain it's almost normal that like when something breaks in your house, whoever comes is there to take the piss. Like they lie, they're like, oh, this other thing is broken, or they're like completely lying. So if you don't put an effort, or it's not like you have to, but to the point is that it's good to know a little bit about everything, because if you have no idea about housing or the water pipes and stuff, they're just gonna muck you off. It's like completely. But if you know a little bit, when they come, they're like this, and you're like, no, don't worry about that one in the back. That one, maybe it looks broken, but it's not really broken. And they're like, and they're like, oh, fuck, It's annoying. People just try to take the piss all the time. It's annoying.
Yeah, bro, 100%. That's why I try to learn everything I'm involved in. Try to have some general information about it, so that you can have some kind of, what to say when people are like, for example, to speak to me about if I have a car. this thing is broken, I'd be like, I have some knowledge about, okay, no, actually, just like, so just like example, like, do you have some knowledge about what it is, so people cannot take advantage of you or like fool you or sell you in some
even
way.
if you don't like it, like for example, me cars, I don't like it. So it's like, if I need to fix my car, it's like, fuck, I need to go and learn about this. But bro, on the internet, just like a little bit or something, one night before going to sleep, a few videos, even there are even videos about this. You can, like, how not to get mugged off when you go to fix your car. There's like literally, you don't have to do a whole course or something.
I swear, it takes you maybe 10 minutes or something just to be. Bro, it's been like this lesson I've been sharing. It's been really cool to share with you guys as well, because I think it's something that for me was really like the way I am, and I needed to learn this thing to grow, I think. But for some reason, I learned this thing. I'm getting better. So yeah,